All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Makar Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. And this is going to be something very interesting that I've seen, man. From I wanted to just go and check the comments again of this No Fugazi guy, because I found it pretty strange, man, that he even started doing interviews or having debates with Israelites. Like, it came out of nowhere. He went from interviewing single moms, right? But then now all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's like this guy's trying to want to quote scriptures, man, and want to try and get into the scriptures and try and get into the scriptures against people, the top people that know the Bible, which are the Israelites. So I went through the comments and I went to the newest part, and then I just started scrolling down, and I said in one of the last videos that I did, I'm not trying to make it like I had some great foresight or nothing like that, but I said that I wouldn't be surprised if a certain Kango hat wearer, right, was secretly sending this guy messages and was like pretty much the backbone of why these guys are even doing this, man. I wouldn't be surprised. And then I'm scrolling through the comments, right, and then who do you see there? Who do you see in the comments? You see that right there? Satan himself in the mist, right? And he's talking about credit for doing this. I'd love to jump on next time, as if people know who he is. And then let me see, man. The comments said Esau stop. But it's funny, like this guy's talking about, oh, I'd love to jump on next time. Why are you getting all up in the mist of so-called black people's podcast trying to scoff whether they're Israelites or not? Why are you like? And I wouldn't be surprised if these guys have met before, man. Whether it be on a live chat, on a live Zoom call or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy, if this VM, right, has met this No Fugazi guy, and I wouldn't be surprised if Anton Daniels has also been in contact with this guy and they've been messaging each other, whether it be online or whatever. I would not be surprised, man, at all, if this guy sent them an email, or I'd love to send you some scriptures to come up against them. When I was watching that debate between this guy and Captain Tazariak, he looked like he kept looking down and he was looking away from the screen and stuff like that, right? And he took an hour. This guy took an hour, man, to answer the question of whether it's racist to paint the Messiah looking like what it does not mention him looking like in the scriptures, because in the scriptures it speaks about him having dark brown skin and white woolly hair. So is it racist to paint him something that he doesn't look like? And it took this guy an hour to answer that question. He literally stalled for an hour. He got asked the question at around 90 minutes 45, maybe 90 minutes 30 seconds, 55 seconds in. And he answered the question around 1 hour 20 minutes in to the debate, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. And I ended up watching a large portion of that thing because I wanted to see when he would answer the question. And he answered it an hour afterwards, man. Like, don't be surprised if this VM guy, you know I'm talking, or you people would know I'm talking about, you brothers out there. Don't be surprised if this guy, which we already know this guy, like brothers already know that this guy is a agent, man. Anyone that's an Israelite that's come across this guy and know that this guy is just dodgy, man. He's a real dodgy character. And don't be surprised if this guy ends up on this podcast, right? Scoffing, trying to get his platform out there because he wants some more views for himself, right? And don't be surprised if he even ends up on bigger podcasts, man, because some of his former colleagues, if you wanna call it that, right, have ended up on Fresh and Fit podcast, right? That Sam Shimon guy. And Sam Shimon, he's met the apostles and tried to come up against them and got absolutely sliced up with the scriptures, by the way. But then this guy's getting on there, and then this guy's gonna try and get on there, and he's gonna try and promote his crap whack book, and might even try and promote his whack raps. Who knows what he'll do, man? But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if on the next debate night thing with this guy, if this guy's on there, man, and trying to pretend like, oh, we've never met before. Mate, you probably met before, man. Whether it be in real life or whether it be on some call or whatever. And even if they haven't, this guy is trying to get his name out there to try and come up and scoff against us, man. This guy is absolute demon. And the thing is, Jake's so wicked. Our people are so wicked, right? That they'll allow somebody to come on their podcast to tell them that they ain't nothing special about them. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what this guy actually did. He allowed Esau in the past one to get on the comment board. I mean, on the debate and tell him you ain't an Israelite. If I can't be an Israelite, then you can't be one because everyone's an Israelite. But then at the same time, you're not one. That's basically what they did, and that's what these Jakes do, man. They allow Esau to actually tell them or tell their fellow brothers that you ain't special. You ain't special. There ain't nothing special about you. Stop saying you're an Israelite. You ain't nothing special about it. You can't prove it. And don't worry about them white people that are saying that they are. They are, and they don't have to prove it, but you ain't. And if there's any chance that you are, you have to prove it 100% to me based on things that I'm saying, prove it. Not based on what you're going to tell me is the proof, based on what I think proof is. And if you can't prove it to me 100%, then you're not. And even if you are, it don't matter because everyone is. But when they say that they are, only they are. When the so-called white people when they say that they're them, leave them alone and don't ask them for nothing because they've been through a hard time. Ain't you heard about what happened with this mustache guy, with the weird guy, with the German man with the mustache? Ain't you heard what happened with that guy? Leave them alone. They've been through things. So you can't talk about it, say anything, because that's anti this and anti that. But we can say whatever we want to say about you with your things that your people have been through, because everyone's been through something at one time and another, and everyone's been through slavery. So get over it. But them people, their thing's unique, and no one's ever been through what they've been through. That's how the world basically thinks they can try and talk to us, man. This V Malone guy trying to get his name out there, the little waste, man. Anyway, let me read some of these. Yeah, here we go. It's funny how Cooley always defends the white culture, no matter what's said about it, and always talks about the black culture negatively, and that's true. Now, the things that the so-called black culture is absolutely ridiculous, right? It's straight trash. That whole roadman, all that kind of stuff. And I want to say this about the roadman thing, right? And the gang culture thing and all of that. All you roadmans, you gangster guys, you street guys and all that, you're about to find out when all hell breaks loose, when the day of the Lord comes, that being a gangster and a roadman and all that, that's not the highest form of carnality. There's people in the world that are way more carnal than that, right? Because nobody trains to be trains road. There's not no roadman training program to where you become a tough guy. You know what I mean? In fact, roadman's diet would be straight trash. Dixie chicken, McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like the roadman diet, roadman training is like, it's not a training. There's not no roadman martial arts. There's not no gangster martial arts. Most of them can't even fight. They can sucker punch someone, but they don't actually go into actual training to become a fighter. You know what I mean? They don't take part in rigorous training programs. There's not a roadman training program where you train to become tough. It's mostly fake being tough, being a fake tough guy, or jumping somebody when you outnumber them, trapping somebody in a dark room and rushing them. You know what I mean? Coward tactics, you know what I mean? Seeing him walking down the street with his nan, and now you want to be tough. Seeing him walking down the street with his children, now you're being tough. Seeing a man with his woman, now you want to fight. Now there's 5 of your boys and there's a man with his woman walking down the street. Now one of you wants to try and chat her up. Oh, yeah, that ass is fat as fuck, man. And now you want to be tough. You roadmans are going to find out in the day of the Lord's wrath, all you gangster guys, you're going to find out in the day of the Lord's wrath that there's a way higher form of carnality than what you think is the top form of masculinity, man. There's a way more higher threshold of carnal than the things that you guys are used to doing, man. The ways that you guys are used to dealing with people. There's even worse out there than you guys, man. The things that the police are going to do and the army are going to do to people of that kind, they're going to find out, man. And over in America right now, some of those heavy gangs, right? Some of those Mexican gangs and that, they're about to find out that there's a way higher form of carnality, man. And they've got like large amounts of members, them people. But they're gonna find out that there's way more worse out there, man. That Esau owns actual military grade weapons. You know what I mean? And that's what you Romans are gonna find out. That there's way more people out there that are prepared to that are really trained for unaliving than you guys, right? And but on this comment that this person said, it's funny how Cooley always defends the white culture, no matter what's said about it, and always talks about the black culture negatively, which it should be talked about negatively. But people always try and make out in this world like the so-called white race are just so righteous, as if they didn't enslave a whole race of people and grape men, women, and children. They always try and throw that under the, after that though, they were righteous. No, we have to mention everything that they did. And then everyone wants to try and talk about, get over it. Mate, how are we going to get over something that's still happening now? And then just yesterday, I seen a news story about some teenager that went into a 91-year-old woman's house and worded her. You understand? Great. You know what I mean? A 91-year-old, like a teenager, like that's off. That's absolutely ridiculous. His 91-year-old neighbor, he did that too. And then he's there faking tears and saying, my mind doesn't even work to do things like this and all of this. I'm thinking, yeah, it does, because we know who you are, man. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they were born speaking lies. But when an Edomite does something like that, they'll try and make it like, this is a random case. He's not like that. No, that's what they're like. That's normal for them. And if it was all Edomites around each other, right, that would be the most crime-infested environment, man. Those would be some of the places where some of the worst crimes really be going on, man. When it's Edomites around other Edomites, man. That's some of the main crime zones too. Everyone tries to make it like it's Jake only. Some of the worst crimes where it's like some weird creep that's been getting away with crimes for years and that will be Esau. For example, the Golden State, I think it was it called the Gold State or the Golden State Killer? And it was some like Edomite cop, man. And he was going around from state to state, being able to move from state to state because he was an officer, and just going up in people's houses, tying them up and doing a whole madness to them, man. An Edomite. Most of the main serial unalivers, yeah, are they not Esau? So all these people trying to make out like we're just the main criminals. Nah, that's not true, man. Let me see if I can read some more comments, man. I just thought, you know, I'm not even gonna bother reading no more comments. I just thought it was interesting that this guy right there, man, that he's getting into contact with these YouTubers, trying to get himself on there. You know what I mean? He's trying to get himself on there, and really, he's more than likely already been in contact. You know what I mean? But and the thing that also, man, is like Jakes will actually get in contact with people to tell their own people there ain't nothing special about you. Him coming on this podcast, like this Cooley guy does podcasts and debates about how the Israelite community can fix themselves up. I mean, well, not Israelite community. He'll say black people, how they can fix and level themselves up. This guy, V Malone, getting in contact and coming on his show would not bring any kind of hope to our people. His job is to try and make our people be asleep. Same thing with that Andrew Wilson guy. He's not really for the betterment of our people. They don't give a shit about our people. They don't give a toss. They're to try and make our people think that we ain't nothing in life. That's their job. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do see him on there, man. I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if this guy keeps giving him loads of airtime. Now it would be funny. It would be funny if he tries to push himself out there and try and make himself seem like, I'm a guy that just knows the Bible. I know but the Bible. And then people on the comment board are roasting him and he ain't buying his bullshit because the red pill community kind of looks at guys like for the physical things that they have too. So it would be interesting if he came on there and got roasted. You know what I mean? Because this Cooley guy has been getting roasted on there. And he's got the worldly image of one of the most worldly images. He got the fade, he got the chains, he got the shades. He ain't wearing them in this one, but on his women's one that he'd be going against the women, he'd be doing it. You know what I mean? He's got his YouTube. I just seen that in the background. He's got his YouTube black. He got the whips and that. You know what I mean? He got the high value man archetype and that, the height and all that. But Vocab Malone ain't got that. You know what I mean? He ain't got no physical image that's something that people are like. Nobody's desirous to look like him. Do you know what I mean? And somebody can laugh and say, yeah, but no one's desires to look like you neither. Okay, that could be true. But yet again, still, no one's desires to look like that guy. You know what I mean? He's not like he's not someone that people are gonna try and want to look like that guy, man. He ain't really cool. He wants to be, but he ain't really cool. He wants to rap. He wants to be a Jake and that. You know what I mean? But nah, he ain't though. He's a Edomite, man. But anyway, man. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that this guy is trying to get into contact with all these YouTubers now because he's trying to get his name out there. But none of these people can't do anything against the Israelites, man. Luke chapter 21 and verse 15. For I'll give your adversaries, for I'll give you wisdom, for I'll give you words and wisdom, which all your adversaries should not be able to gain, shall not resist. And even in this one, this cooler guy was hoping to try and get Israelites to come on there, but this one ain't got as much views as the other ones, showing that these people really need the Israelites to try and get their fame up, man. And you know that this guy, V Malone, is trying to contact this guy because he saw the subscriber count. You know what I mean? Because why wouldn't you just try and call Captain Tazariak on your show? And then even now, I've got to say this as well, because this V Malone guy is a waste man, you know. Because didn't he get this guy, Captain Tazariak? Didn't he get him, like, get a video, like, taken down or something like that? And it was a video where both of them were talking together. So he's part of the conversation. And then he took it down, talking about, I think that people should just have got it from the original source that it came from. But yeah, anyway, man, like it's just funny how many enemies that the Israelites have got, man. Pretty much the whole world, right? Pretty much the whole world, other than the elect, are the Israelites' enemies. And the thing with that is that we don't know who's of the elect. So it's an ultimate paranoia to where if you are one of the elect, but you don't know who everyone else of the elect is, you also don't know that you're of the elect until the end. So you're going to be continually paranoid about who's actually rocking with you for real, man. You know what I mean? Because most of the world are the hopeful elect's enemy. Shalom.